Because I am way too busy with work this week to do an actual podcast, this is a bonus level where we just do multiplayer. My name's Cole Ross.
I'm Dennis Furia.
David Smith.
And welcome to The Level, a podcast for people who love video games. Did I just blow your mind?
Dennis is taking the helm this week.
That's right. I'm going to tell you.
By force.
Yeah.
Viva la revolution. Okay, sorry.
You think I would be more upset about this?
Yeah. We've got Cole tied to a chair right now. And
Dear God help.
Yeah. You'll never find him in time. But the life and all sorts of craziness have kept people busy this week. But we wanted to do a little something, so we put out a multiplayer prompt. David, Ben, and I actually did a full-blown level last night, and then because of my inexperience / idiocy / just random stuff, I lost the audio. So we're gonna do just the multiplayer part.
We also have less than 10 minutes to do it. So.
Yes, this is a clock is ticking situation.
Yeah. This won't be one of them 2.5 hour bonus episodes.
Yeah, that's right. Which you did last week, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I said this on Twitter, and I said it last night, and I'll say it again, Cole. I'm realizing more and more that you are podcast's equivalent of an ultra marathoner.
Yeah, I'm basically Iron Man.
Multiplayer.
Thank you for hopping on tonight, both of you, and taking another shot at doing multiplayer. Mm-hmm. And that said, why don't we jump right in? The question that we asked came from Ben, and it is, what is the hardest decision that you've had to make in a game? And you're more interesting than us anyway, so we're just going to shut up and let you do some of the talking now. Yeah. Cole, do you want to start with the first response?
Yeah, let's do this on Facebook. The Facebook group Robert Noak says Megaton, which of course is the first town that you come to in Fallout 3 that has a nuclear bomb resting in the middle of it with a sign that says, "Nah."
Yeah. What to do? Now, we've all played Fallout 3, right?
Yeah. It's a 5-year-old game. Statute of limitations is way back there in the mist.
Well, I think
going back to our previous multiplayer, I've never played it, but I've watched you play it, and particularly this scenario.
So, what did you do, Cole?
I spared them just because I saw more immediate value in that there were quest givers and shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The devil you know versus... Well, I guess the angels you know versus the devil you don't. I suppose this particularly Moira, but I guess if you nuke Megaton, Moira comes back as a ghoul, which is pretty neat. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's actually pretty heartbreaking. She's a little perturbed, but she maintains her Sarah Palin as you betcha.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah. Was that before Sarah Palin? Did they effectively pre-parody that?
Well, I mean, it was the fall of 2008.
Oh yeah, so it would have been timely.
Yeah. It was more of a Fargo thing, I think.
Yeah, probably. I likewise decided to save it, but it's tempting. I started a second run that I never actually finished, but playing a bad character. Yeah. And promptly, without thinking, just nuked the ever-loving crap out of the place.
Ah, yeah.
So satisfying cutscene.
I suppose.
Yeah.
They had to cut it out of the Japanese release.
Yeah, they did. It's interesting, though. This brings to mind that the decisions you make are very much affected by what kind of character you're playing as.
Yeah.
But let's move on. David, do you want to read Geo Laws?
Sure. Geo Law says character creation. Am I right? Is that how I pronounce that?
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I right?
The Spanish prefer amarite, but yes.
Okay.
And this is actually mine. I spend way too much time in character creation. In fact, in Borderlands 2, I'd spent hours and hours because they released the character creator before the actual game.
In any game where they give you the choice to make a character, I generally make the same kind of character, depending on the kind of game it is. So it's not really that hard for me.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, at least in like most Fallout-esque things, don't you end up just making the gunslinger?
Yeah, either that or a talkie dude.
Okay, yeah.
Or in the case of Fallout, going back to Fallout, you can do a talkie and shooty dude. Small guns and speech is like the way to go.
Exactly. Small guns, speech, and repair. That's the way to go about it.
For sure. Tank says on my Facebook wall, the hardest decision I've had to grapple with multiple times over the course of the past decade is whether to use online walkthroughs or not. Part of me feels like I'm cheating, but the other part of me feels that I have a very limited time in my week scheduled to play video games, and that I don't want to waste that time bumbling around a room for a half hour looking for a switch to flip to open a door.
Hear, hear, son.
Yes. There is a definite point. Every man has his line, and there's a point of frustration that's just it's not worth being able to say I did it on my own.
Life is about experiences.
Yes.
I really think it's also, a lot of times choosing what experience it is, because, I know we've talked, I'm not really a puzzle game person, so generally speaking, once I figure out the secret of a puzzle, I don't really care about actually solving it, so I'll just look up the FAQ.
You've got the knack for it, and now you don't want to have to worry about actually executing perfectly.
He's got the knack for it, so he's going to go find the fact for it.
Yes.
Sorry, can we add a cymbal crash there?
I will see what I can do.
It's Dennis's edit, so
that's right. This is all going to be with like weird octavers on our voices and stuff.
Reverb. Okay.
Yeah. Cole, do you want to read Carlos?
I would really like to. So Carlo on Facebook says, what alt to get to 60 or 70 in World of Warcraft before it was easy to level? That's got a character creation, right? Just deciding how do I want to play.
Yeah, or where do I want to... I mean, character creation is how do I want to set up my playthrough, and this is like how do I want to follow through. David, this is relevant to you, right?
Yeah, I've been playing almost since release, and I think I just last month finally got a character up to 70.
Ooh, it's an investment.
Big time. And what he's kind of referencing is it used to be much, much worse. I'm also the guy that will take like a month to figure out what I'm going to name my character, so that doesn't help either.
And y'all have like a lot of times like really hard times making decisions.
We want to be good creators. We feel a responsibility for these characters we're birthing.
Ugh.
So David, for a comment that we have no context for, but Cole will get. Do you want to read Daniel's?
Sure. Daniel and Inzulovic?
Why not?
Yes. Why does everyone who listens to this podcast have awesome names? Anyways, last choice in The Walking Dead.
Yes. Although by that point, if you didn't already know that A, that was going to happen, and B, have a good gut feeling for what you would want to do at that particular point, I would say you maybe weren't paying close enough attention. That isn't to say it wasn't emotionally devastating, whichever choice you decided to make at that point. I will concede the rest of my time and just say anybody who hasn't played The Walking Dead should, and then go and listen to the bonus episode that Ben and I recorded about it.
Yes. And I will read Sam's as the last entry. Sam Anderson says, the evacuation decision in Mass Effect 1 was tough. Like in Sophie's Choice, the real kicker was that I had a choice. Yep. Another one of these kind of games that's known for tough decisions.
Yeah, and then that one particularly sucks just because no matter what, the person that you save will give you shit for choosing that for the other person.
I don't deserve to live.
It's also complicated by the one of the opposite gender it can be your romantic partner.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. So it's real hairy.
Why do we play these things? Why do we put ourselves through this?
I don't know, because like there's little to no consequence, and when you turn off the game, like it's off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why am I bawling? No reason. Okay, let's go about my day. So, David, do you want to share real quick what your toughest choice is?
Come back to me on that one.
All right, Cole.
My toughest choice is what to say to this question.
He can't decide, folks.
No, actually, I think I'm going to go with my toughest choice is probably whether or not to buy the daily Steam sale.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know. I've thought about this since you put the multiplayer prompt up. I don't have trouble making choices in games. I really just
really?
For as indecisive and neurotic as I am in real life, like when I sit down and play a game, I just go with my gut. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Empty the clip and let God decide.
I guess.
Wouldn't most things in life be better if that's what we did? I heard some study that said that that with surprising regularity, people's first reaction on multiple choice tests is correct.
Yeah.
So what people will do is like, oh, I think it's that, and then they'll talk themselves into something else. Mm-hmm. So you're actually doing the right thing there.
Yeah. They've also found that people actually make worse decisions the more they think about it. Because basically, when you think about something, you have to be able to justify it. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, you don't actually like things for justifiable reasons. So you just end up talking yourself out of why you like whatever you like.
You know, that's why my pickup line at bars is, "Will you marry me?"
I think the lesson here is never think.
No, that's not what you're playing games for. Gosh.
No, I was talking in general. This is about more than just games.
It's not what you're playing life for. No mind, right?
YOLO. No.
Yeah. So you took it and you turned it. So one final treat, and Cole, I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but as to make up for a lack of podcast length this week, we have an abundance of free stuff. So I actually have some free codes for Rayman Jungle Run. It's a game that I am one level away from 100%ing. And for an iOS game that speaks volumes about how engaging it actually is. When this episode comes out, I am going to post "The Cake is a Lie" to our Facebook page. And the first 3 people to respond in turn with "The Cake is a Lie," I will message some codes for a free copy of Rayman Jungle Run.
Yeah.
So that's our little apology for no, if we're cutting your commute entertainment short this week or something like that. We'll give you some free stuff if you're quick enough. So hopefully that mends all wounds, and of course we will try to come back in a full capacity next week. Oh, also, if you're not the first for top 3, still post "The Cake is a Lie." We'll see if we can't get just a nice little chain going on there. And anyone who hasn't listened to the bonus level yet will not understand what is going on, and it will be our little joke. So do that thing. The credit. So in keeping with the abbreviated episode, I'm going to do some abbreviated housekeeping. Again, it feels weird to be doing this instead of you, Cole, but I got to learn sometime, right?
I'm just sitting back and judging.
Oh, I was not expecting that. All of a sudden, I broke into a sweat here, and okay. So, no, there's lots of podcasts on this network. They're all good in the video game flavor. You've got Watch Out for Fireballs, which is retro video games. You've also got Bonfireside Chat, which is about one particular video game that is near and dear to our hearts. If you don't know what that is, this is either your first episode or you haven't been paying close enough attention. But go check those out. In the comedy vein, you've got Those Damn Ross Kids, which Cole is on with his older brother. You have The Pitch, which is just very bite-sized, so that's an easy one to get into. And then you also have, I don't know if I'd call this strictly comedy, but a show called Dead Idea Valhalla that is in reruns, but is a great variety of songs, skits, rants, raves, all that stuff. It's great. So check those out. If you like iTunes, leave us a rating or review. It helps people find the show. Other things that help people find the show is telling your friends about it, which is very valuable, or liking us on the Facebook page and joining in there, which obviously this episode could not have existed without the Facebook page and your contributions. So thank you all for writing in. When most of these responses came in, we had put the prompt up like 10 minutes ago. So you guys passed that QTE, and the episode is better for it. Sorry we couldn't spend more time with you. We obviously enjoy hearing the sound of our own voices, but we'll be back next week. Did I miss anything?
Nope.
I am adjudged to have done well, at least well. I hope. Now I'm not confident. We'll see. He's laughing maniacally in the background. He's just making marks on his grading sheet here. So we'll go around and do Twitter handles in the usual order.
All right, I'm Kole Ross, sometimes host. That is at Kole Ross, Koleross, Koleross, because I can't spell my own name.
I am Dennis Furia, first-time host, and I am at dfuria, DFURIA.
I am David Moneysmith, host when you least expect it. I'm at Moneysmith777.
And thank you for listening. Hopefully listening was the easiest decision you made this week.
Hey, yo, Dennis. It's really great and all. And I'm a nice conversation. But
in the area of the consequences that you had. But it's still an entertaining time. Did you hear me?